What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be profiling my SALAMANGREAT deck. Been a nice, cool deck to play with and just have fun at locals, etc, etc, etc. So I thought, why not profile it? This has become one of my favorite decks to play coming back to the game because it's simple, it's fun, it's effective, and you can really do some big brain plays to, bring you the game. Let's get right into it. And since I'm profiling a fire deck, I had to put on, the red watch today. First up on the list, running triple Gazelle. I want to really explain this stuff, but I don't really need to because Salad has been out for a while. I'm just new to Salad, but Gazelle is Gazelle. Get your combo started, and while we have it at 3, we got to run in at 3 because apparently at one point this wasn't at 3. Next up on the list, 2 SALAMANGREAT Fire. Now the reason why I'm only running 2 of these is because I only play 1 Lady Debug, and I don't want to commit to a bunch of normal summons, but I do love special summoning this off of Stalio and being able to add and just do more shenanigans. But I like this over Lady Debug because if you normal summon this and this gets ashed, at least you can still, Ash or Veiler, you can still, link this off and go into your Baylinks and add your fill spell for Baylinks. Whereas Lady Debug, you can't really do that. So, that's why I chose to run 2 fire. It's working out great, and I love this ratio. When I see it in my hand, whether I see both or whether I just see one, I don't have a problem with it. So next up on the list, I'm only running 2 Spinny. Spinny's great for pitching him for cost. He's also good for just boosting attack of certain monsters to run over things and at the same time triggering your Gazelle. But you only really need 2. I never really felt like I needed a 3rd. Yeah, you could just bring it back with SALAMANGREAT Charge and Spinny's just Spinny, but 2 I feel is perfect. Next up for the 1-ofs, you play the 1 Weasel. I love Weasel. Weasel just does things, draws you a card, and he helps you recur certain things back from your graveyard to your deck to just do other things with later. So yeah, gotta run the 1 Weasel. Foxy, then we got the Jaguar, we got the Mirror. Man, I actually love Mirror. I love this card as an extender. Or if I'm running Mirror, sometimes I'm running him with the Mole, but right now I just took out the Mole. Just to see how I like it without it, but I also love running Mole as well. Next up on the list, Code of Soul. Code of Soul is really good for that relink on your opponent's turn to just blow up their board or just do like little crazy funny shenanigans when you want to. You don't need to run him at more than 1 though. He's good at 1, so Code of Soul. Next, I'm running the 1 Lady Debug. Like I said, I don't really want to play too many things that's super susceptible to Ash and Veiler and all that other stuff, Droll. So, I feel like she's good at 1. Whenever I see her at 1, I never have a problem summoning her. I like Lady Debug specifically because when I'm searching for parts and pieces to combo off, she helps me get to my soul. Whereas if I go shield, I can't really add soul because he's not a SALAMANGREAT card. But she searches Cyber monsters, so it works out, Next up on my list, I'm running triple Terratop, and then 1 of this guy. I really love this package in the deck. It gives me a great first turn play, and I love the fact that when my opponent burns a resource on this, I just feel like I made him neg 1 because this is just a free play for me. Even if they stop it at the Speed Roar Terratop, you still have some fodder or a body just to do something else with. And then if at any time any of these pieces become dead, you can just use these for discard fodder for your silent mining, and yeah, good to go, right? Next up for my hand traps for the format, I'm running 1 Ghost Soldier, 1 Droll, double effect Veiler, and triple Ash. This is the package I chose to play. I also play cross-out designators, so that's the reason why I decided to play these. At least I know I'm running 1 of everything to allow me to, turn off things when I need to and when I'm trying to combo off, I was gonna run the 1 Nib. I might still put it in, I'm not sure yet, but for now, this is what I'm rocking with. I do have a Nib in the side, just in case my opponent plays Nib. I'm mainly just playing it to cross out it. So yep, this is what we're running for hand traps. Very nice. Next up for our spells and traps, I'm running triple Circle. Again, just to reiterate, this card saved me before with Mirror because I had it set. My opponent attacked and I was on low life points, and I was able to go into Circle, grab the Mirror, summon the Mirror, and then they had to attack into the Mirror. I was able to survive and then kill him next turn. So this card earned a special place in my heart after doing that little play. Next up, for more consistency, we play even more search cards with the Silent Mining. My biggest issue with playing these 6 searching cards is the fact that Droll is so prevalent right now. So, you're very susceptible to Droll, but it's okay because as long as you're getting your combo pieces or get 1 or 2 of them, you should be able to still go off. This deck does run a lot of 1-card starters, so it's not too much of a problem. Sometimes it's unavoidable and you just have to, operate under the Droll. Next up, we play the 1 field spell. It's the field spell, even though it's a brick drawing it, you gotta run it. It helps you get into those plays where you can overlink and etc, etc. Next up, the 1 Will. I love this card. This is just another extender for me. It's like a Monster Reborn. Shit slaps, bro. You play that, bring out a bunch of bodies and go crazy. Next up, Triple crossout designator. Like I said, I play a lot of cards that other people play. We all do. So this just helps you stop certain things and say no to certain things. Game 2, depending on what you're playing against, you'll be siding these out or siding more things in to counteract what your opponent has going on. So, you know, card of the format. Next up for my other one-ofs, I'm playing one Monster Reborn. This is just an extender. It's Monster Reborn, you know what I mean? Whether it's your graveyard or my graveyard, I'm gonna find something I need to do more things. Or if you try to shut something off, I can do more things. Or if I get rid of something for something else, I can do more things. So it's Monster Reborn. Next up, we have Foolish Burial to pitch certain things that I might need in the grave to, you know, extend. It gets things going, whether you need to pitch a Spinny, you might need to pitch a Code of Soul, you might need to pitch your Weasel, you might need to pitch a Jaguar. You just have a good amount of cards that interact well with the graveyard. So, you know, I felt like Foolish Burial was definitely a good card to play. Next up, I play one Dark Ruler No More in the main. Also side a second. It's a board breaking card, you know what I mean? You just gotta play it, especially since you're playing such a combo heavy deck or just like a go off type of deck, you know what I mean? It just opens up the field and just lets you be like, yo, chill out. I'm about to push your shit in, you know what I mean? And lastly, I play the Salamangreat Charge. I love this card. I feel like it deserves at least a super or ultra upgrade, but probably will never get that. But yeah, this just helps you win more and just recur certain things. Sometimes your opponent may banish something and they think they're doing something. So, you know, being able to, you know, choose up to 3 and then special summon 1, it's just amazing, you know what I mean? It's a good time for both of us. 1 charge, 2 good. That rounds it up for the spell lineup. Let's go into our traps. It's gonna be real simple. I'm doing 1 Salamangreat Roar and I'm doing the 1 Rage. Originally I took this out, but this is just, you know, it's just too good. Even if you just draw it, interacts well with your opponent in general, you know what I mean? And then lastly for traps, I'm running triple Imperm because it's Imperm is too good and you know what I mean, you gotta run Imperm. Next up, let's go over the extra deck. Extra deck is really simple because we play a lot of multiples. So first up, we got double Balinks. I see people play 3, but I've never ever had to go into a 3rd Balinks. So when people do that, I'm like, are you really using that 3rd Balinks? So you just didn't know what to put in, you know what I mean? I don't know. Next up, I'm playing the 2 Sunlight Wolf. Yeah, some people play this as 3 as well, but I've only ever needed 2. Works out great for me, but if you feel like you need to play 3, by all means. Next up, I'm running the 1 Mirage Stalio. Use it as a material for a Salamangreat monster. You get to bounce a card, so it's really good for helping you bounce your Ash or just bouncing annoying cards on the field. Of course, we gotta run the 1 Nightmare Phoenix. It's a fire, helps you get rid of back row, and that extra co-link effect, I actually use it a lot to draw additional cards, so you gotta run that Phoenix. Next up, the Diva herself, Promethean Princess. Pardon the fact that this one is not a QCR as well, but outside of this deck, I'm never really playing 2 Princess, so that's why I never, you know what I'm saying, really rarity bumped the other one, but we got 1 for right now. I got tired of people hitting the 1 Princess out of my extras, so running 2 ensures that they don't kill my strategies or just stop my combos too much. Next up on the list, we gotta run the 1 Horse Prince. This helps you get out your Code of Soul or any level 3 fire out of your deck. You know what I mean? Sometimes, like I said, you can bring out your Ash and then link off with the Mirage Stalio, and then from there, just add the Ash back to hand. But it makes for really cool plays, so gotta run it. And finally on the list, we gotta go with our boss monsters with the 3 Pyro Phoenixes. Some people play 2. I feel like you really need 3. There's been times when I've gone into all 3. There's been times when I'm only running 2 and I felt like I really needed the 3rd. Definitely had to make sure I'm playing 3 of these. Too good. If you want to run 2, but I definitely go into the 3rd and I'm always trying to blow up my opponent's board. I like to just get rid of any and everything. Lastly, we run our big boss man, triple Raging Phoenix. When you're linking off and doing all these different things and, you know, like putting things in grave, taking things out of grave, your opponent's trying to banish things, etc, etc, etc. 2 is not enough. 3 gets the job done, and you can put on heavy damage with this guy. It's Raging Phoenix, man. You know what I mean? Gotta run it, gotta run it. Last thing to go over is the side deck. I feel like everybody's side deck is different based on the locals, but nonetheless, we're just gonna go over it. So on the list, we have 2 Spooky Dogwood. I always call this Dog Water, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna keep calling it Dog Water. I play 2 Dog Water. You know what I'm saying? You gotta run this card because when you're going into time, it just auto wins the game. You get what I mean? It just auto wins the game. So you gotta run it. Next up, 2 Cosmic Cyclone for back row removal. We run another Dark Ruler No More for more board clearing. And then we also run a Lightning Storm. So that's it for the spells in the side deck. Next up is the purple cards. I'm running triple Threatening Roar. Some people might not agree with this, but again, with decks like this, you just want to live one more turn. just in case, you know, if you feel like you're about to lose, you want to live one more turn, and your opponent can't, you know, for a fact all your bodies are living and they're not doing anything unless they board wipe you. So this is one of my favorite cards of the format. I don't know about you. I played 1 evenly matched, 2 dimensional barriers, 1 nib, 1 mourner, and then 1 droll. Well, 1 more droll, and then the mourner. Nonetheless, that's been the deck profile. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you comment, like, subscribe, and all that other good stuff. Let me know that I'm doing something right by investing in all these expensive cards, you know what I'm saying, to bring you guys these deck profiles. That's about it. Hope you guys enjoyed again, and until the next one, this has been Very Nice Yu-Gi-Oh! Peace.